Hey guys, and welcome to the Parrot Bros. Today we're going to be doing a video on all the different interior options that were available to order when the vehicle was new. And to tell you what, so there's some really interesting stuff that you may or may not have known about and some things that you may or may not like. But before we get stuck into it, let's jump into the intro. Right, so the reason I started doing this video, I thought about doing this video, was because I wanted an exclusive interior. Now by that, I don't mean Audi exclusive, I mean when Audi brought out the TT, they gave you various options of what you could order, and that starts from basic things like the colour of the leather, whether you have full leather, whether you have half leather on the outsides and cloth or Alcantara in the centre, or you go for full cloth. Now predominantly most cars have leather, mostly full, and there's quite a few common colours. But there's also a couple of colours that were I don't know whether they're special order or that you paid a little bit extra for them. And there is also some other interesting stuff. Now I came across a brochure, which I will link in the description below. And that actually tells you how much things cost, what you could order depending on the colour of your car, what additional options were available. Today we're pretty much just going to talk about seats, carpets, dashboards, roof lining, and things that are covered in leather. So steering wheel, door cards, gear knob, knee pads, etc. But there is on that the list, there is also the other options, and there's also a website I found which is French, I believe, which has all of the stuff. I'll put a link straight to the page where you can click on, and what it does is it allows you to go through every single colour that the Mk1 TT came out in, that's bodywork paint wise. It lets you go through all the interior options, some not in the UK. There's some purple seats, which is pretty cool, but I've never seen before in my life. And it gives you some of the optional extras like telephone holders and all the kind of stuff that you probably won't see that commonly. So that's some of the information I found, and it really intrigued me to know what else was out there. Now there is loads, and I didn't realise until I started looking how much there was available. Now one of my friends had a TT probably 10 years ago now, and he had a denim blue TT which came with a blue everything inside. It literally looked like someone had dropped a paint bomb in there and everything was blue. The dash, the seats, the carpet, the headlining, everything was blue. And I remembered that when I was looking, obviously I didn't want the blue because too much blue, blue inside, blue outside is a bit much for me. And because the blue's quite a dark on mine, I quite like the look of this, which looks a bit probably white in the videos, but it's actually called silver, which is a really light grey. And I also wanted the exclusive, I keep saying exclusive because it's a force of habit, but I wanted the sort of the optional extra, which was something called the controls pack. Now, we'll go into that a bit later, but I'll just show you what I was looking for. So basically, I wanted a steering wheel which matched the seats. Now, they don't match 100% because obviously you can imagine all the oils off your hands over the years will discolour the steering wheel. Again, with the seats, I haven't cleaned any of this yet, so that'll be something I will be doing in the future. Now that also comes with other things like matching knee pads, door cards, the underside trims, and the handbrake lever and the gear knob. So it's quite a nice little package. Some may or may not like it. It is a bit of an acquired taste, shall we say. But it is something I really like. I've always wanted one, and I've only ever seen a couple. So it's quite hard to get hold of. They're not massive money, but they are very sought after. So what we'll do is we'll start with the basics. I'll go into seat options and then we'll move on to different sections throughout. And also, before I jump into anything, if you've got something that I haven't mentioned in the video, because this is, again, not everything, but it's everything I could find on the internet, please feel free to jump in the details below, jump in the comments below and let us know. And also, if you've got us on the Facebook, The Parrot Bros on Facebook, send us a picture. I'll put it on our page. I love to see different interiors and different things that people have ordered. I know in the United States they have different options to that we do in England. They have different models available. They have the ALMS or ALMS, which I believe come out in 2002, which is a sort of an interior-exterior package. And there's a Le Mans edition along with a few others. So let's jump into the leather options and the seat options. I just wanted to stop for a minute to thank today's sponsor for sponsoring the video, and that is Juicy Sweets. Not only do they do brilliant car care products, which I have their full range and recommend to quite a few people because they're great products, They also now do a sweet range, so they combine both car cleaning products and food, which are my two most favourite options. So be sure to check them out, guys. They've got loads of ranges. They've got a gluten-free range. They've also got a vegan range for those who like their sweets. And yeah, don't forget to check them out, guys. Okay, so we've discussed the standard full leather. There was also something called baseball stitch, which was really popular. And that is a leather, but it has like a perforated centre. And it has a really thick baseball glove-like stitch around the outside. I'll pop a couple of pictures up now. I've seen them in two colours, black and what they class as moccasin, which I call tan, sort of a light to dark brown. In other countries, I've also seen blue and a couple of other colours, but in England, I've only ever seen the black and the brown. And again, very rare, usually found in roadsters only. But when looking on the manuals, you can buy them in coupes, but because of the money, I guess not many people did. There's also the option of hearth leather. Now that can be leather on the outside, cloth on the inside, or Alcantara, which usually gets quite bobbly over time. Again, has little tiny holes in, and it's quite a popular option because it allows the seat to breathe. So if you're used to being in a hot country with full leather, you'll know it can get a bit uncomfortable. So quite a few people do really like the half Alcantara or half cloth in the centre to allow the seat to breathe a bit more. There's also the option of full cloth, which whenever I've searched, I've always found it only in the roadsters and usually in the 150 models. But it may have been on others. It may be an option you could order if you fancied full cloth, but I think quite a lot of people went for the leather. And also there is the option of pole positions. Now, if you're into your modifying, then most people quite like these. They're quite sought after and they are very expensive, and they usually come as an extra on the Quattro Sport. Now that is a bucket light one-piece seat, so it doesn't decline. It's leather on the face, and on the back is a plastic or composite material. Again, like I said, they're quite sought after. Different colours, usually either full leather, leather and Alcantara, sometimes a different colour on the back, but usually black from what I've seen. I'll pop a couple of pictures up. I've got a picture of a nice Quattro Sport here with some of those seats. And that's pretty much your seat options. Now, leather, like I said, leather is the most popular, probably secondary to leather Alcantara. They're probably the two most popular, only probably based on the fact that the 180 Quattro and the 225 Quattro mostly come with full leather unless spec'd otherwise. Colours-wise, I have found quite a few colours. When you actually sort of look into it, there is more colours than you think. So you've got, obviously, black, most popular. You've got dark grey, which is quite, again, a popular option. You've got the light grey, silver, white, whatever you want to call it. You've got red. There's a cream. Now, a lot of people say there's no cream, but I've seen quite a lot of cream interior, and it's not anise, which is the aniseed yellow, which has quite a distinct colour to it. That's a really popular one. It's sort of like the combination between sort of cream and yellow. It's got quite a strong yellow to it, but it is definitely sort of a creamy colour. There is blues. Now, there's the blue that comes in the denim blue, and there's also a sea blue, which is a real bright, almost like the Nagaro. It's a real bright blue, and it is really, really nice. I've only ever seen one set in real life, which I will show you a picture of in a minute, because it also came with a blue steering wheel, which is cool. I'd love a blue steering wheel. And obviously then you've got the cloth options. So green interior. I believe there's a green interior as well. I've not seen the green leather, but I know they do green cloth if you get certain green colours, more in the convertible than in the coupe. But again, it is worth mentioning. Like I said, I haven't got any pictures of the green leather, but if you've got green leather, jump into the comments and also ping us a picture on Facebook. That'd be cool to have. And that is pretty much the colours of leather. If you've got anything I haven't mentioned, again, in the comments, appreciate it. Now, the dashboard, this came in 4 colours from what I can find, and the top has always been black. And then there's the options of black underneath. There's a grey, So it's always black on top, and then the underside, which is obviously under the steering wheel and the glove box and the lower half of the door cards, is the options of black, grey, blue and green. They're the 4 options I've found. If you've got anything else, or there's a special order that I haven't mentioned, please, again, jump into the comments. But that is what I found. So always, the dashboard is always going to be black on top. And then underneath, you've got the options of black, between this and the dark grey, somewhere in the middle. There's blue, which comes in the denim blue cars. And there's also a green, which again, comes in the green cars. So if you're looking for a change-up, the whole reason for doing this video is if you're looking for a change-up, say you've got grey carpet and you want black, say you've got dark grey seats and you want silver, then this gives you the option to have a look and know what's available. Now, carpet-wise, again, similar options. There's actually 5, I believe, from what I could find. There's black, grey, green, blue, like in the denim, which isn't very bright, and there's also sea blue, which is really bright, and that includes center console and all of that stuff. Like with the dash, you will literally have a bright blue dash, center console, carpet, etc. Roof linings. This is actually quite an interesting one. Now, I saw this in a car that was breaking and assumed that it had been recovered because I'd never seen it before in just a normal 225. So there's black, grey, blue denim, and then there's an Alcantara, which is like a dark grey. Obviously, if you know what Alcantara is, but it's like a dark grey, and that's actually a factory option order. I don't know how many people went for it because Alcantara marks, and quite a lot of people may not want to spend the extra money on it, but that is an option that was available at the time. So if you are looking, you don't like your roof lining, maybe it's grey, maybe it's blue, and you want to get rid of it, and you're sort of thinking black or maybe getting it recovered, if you do look, there is an Alcantara option, so maybe some of the breakers might have an Alcantara available. That's pretty cool. And seat belts. Now, I popped a post on Facebook the other day because I was really interested to know what colour seat belts they did from factory. So genuine seat belts, not ones you've had done, not ones that have been rewebbed, because that is available. But I like to try and keep OE because manufacturer produced it, they've tested it, they've spent a lot of money making sure that it's safe. So it's always nice to know. Now, seatbelts wise, I've found black, obviously most, blue, which I would assume only comes with unless spec'd otherwise, comes with the denim and the sea blue interiors. There's grey, again, come with a grey. There's a moccasin tan, which would come with the baseball, which is quite a popular one, although it looks kind of weird if you don't have the moccasin seats because brown belts on any other colour would look a bit strange. And there's green seat belts as well. So they're pretty much, I mean, there's kind of a pattern here you can see, but there is, every section we go into, there's something different, which is quite interesting. Now, last on the list is the controls pack. Now, this was obviously something I like, which comes with all the extra stuff. So in that, you get the steering wheel, you get a leather gear knob, leather handbrake cover, you get the knee pads, you get the door inlays, and you've got your seats. Pretty much everything that's leather is the same colour as the seats. Now, it's not for everyone. It is quite a lot. It does look a bit like an explosion of colour. And to have a coloured steering wheel is kind of odd because, let's be honest, 95% of all manufacturers only produce black steering wheels, or grey if you've got a van, but who has a van. But that is pretty much it. So that was the reason why I sort of did this video, because I wanted, call me weird or say you don't like it, that's cool, but I really like it and I think it looks quite cool. Now, the airbag is black, so it does look quite funny. I'll pop some pictures up, and I'll have popped some pictures up through this video to show you along the way. But it is called the controls pack. Now, this was something you could have ordered. If you've got, in America, the Olms edition, that again come with a similar setup. It's something you could spec. So you could choose that you wanted to have the extra steering wheel and all that kind of stuff, the knee pads, etc. So it is personal preference. I'll tell you what, rate or hate, jump into the comments. Let me know whether you love it or hate it. I'm going to fit it anyway. I'll do a video of giving it a good deep clean, and we'll also do some colourant, because on this one, on here, it's a bit past its sell-by date. So we're going to colour it, and also there's a little scratch on the top of the steering wheel there. I don't know if you can see it. So we're going to get that coloured in and get it perfect before we put it into the car. And we'll also do some videos along the way of taking all the seats out, cleaning the interior, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, let us know if you've enjoyed that video. And like I said, jump into the comments, rate or hate. So on this video, if you've enjoyed it, click here to subscribe. And click here if you want to watch this video. Thanks for watching, guys. It's another video from the Parrot Bros. Bye for now.